Okay, educational. So we're going to go the complete opposite direction now. We're going to go from the Earth up to the sky, in a way. And our next guest he's going to come out and help me and maybe you too with a problem that I've been coping with for ever since I moved here, which is, every now and then you'll hear this screaming coming across the sky, and then you find yourself just like waiting for the and it never happens. And then you're standing there and you're trying to like gauge your own feelings, like whether you're like part of you is sort of disappointed, you can't help it. So I eventually sort of figured out that rather than constantly worrying about this, it probably good to learn something about it. So we're going to bring out Sergeant Andrew Briscoe from the Westover Air Force Base, who's going to tell us about these huge lumbering creatures that cross our blue sky. Andrew. So, I mean, I got to tell you, my first thought was that this was a way for the Air Force to keep the liberals intimidated, just to do a flyover every now and then. Start getting rowdy, just to remind us. But it's not so, is it?
It's great to be here tonight, Oliver. It's great to be back here.
Feel the love.
Great to be back here at my alma mater.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So what are these things called? Let's start there at the beginning.
It's a great question.
Yeah.
They are called C5s. A lot of folks call them C5As. A lot of people call them things that I can't say right here, right now. But they are called C5s. They're the biggest airplane in the military, one of the biggest in the world. And they may not be as low as you think, folks. And I really mean that because I work in the office that handles phone calls that sometimes come from Belchertown and Amherst.
Huh. Who calls more? Is it Amherst or Belchertown who calls them? Like, let's see who the biggest chickens are.
It's neck and neck. No pun intended. We do get calls about them because they do appear to be so low, but they're actually, believe this, I'm telling you from an authoritative source, they are up at about 3,000 feet, and they're circling over Chicopee, my hometown, coming back around, landing, doing touch and goes, and going around and around and giving our pilots training to handle the worldwide missions that they do with missions overseas and also missions here stateside as humanitarian missions that we help people out with.
Okay, well, we like those around here. Some of us also like bombing and dream of it at night. In the daytime, we're awake and we talk about humanitarian missions, we go to sleep, and then we dream about bombing. That's how the liberal mind works. But isn't there another name for these planes? Like, because I know there's a plane out there called like the Peacekeeper or something. And ever since I learned that, I've been trying to come up with, like, geez, there's got to be a name for the Baby Whisperer or something, or the Calm Disruptor, or the Sky Frightener, or
these. You came to visit me at the base the other day, and this sense of humor thing is really this is great.
It's all.
Awesome. C5 is called a Galaxy.
The Galaxy.
Yes, it's called a Galaxy because it's a great, big, large airplane.
Yeah. So you decided to stop there. You not just call it the University, because that would be where we are now, and that name is already taken.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Okay. All right. So tell us more about what they're doing. Like these touch and goes. Is this just like a way to get rid of the pilots for a little while, like to go fly around for?
No, it gives our pilots training. They train a lot in the simulator, and they also get up there and train by maneuvering the biggest plane in the military down onto the ground and then back up and around. And they do it generally on Tuesdays and Thursdays, sometimes other days, but usually Tuesdays and Thursdays.
But you've been in these things before. I mean, and I'd sort of wonder, like, when you're flying in the cockpit of one of these things, do you feel like this urge to bomb something, or is it?
No. No, our airplanes don't carry bombs. They carry supplies for our troops overseas, and they carry humanitarian supplies. When I flew a Hurricane Katrina mission, we carried swiftwater rescue boats to the folks in New Orleans. We loaded 6 of them right into the airplane.
Wow. There we go. Yeah. So, and I have a friend out there who's convinced that they're carrying drones somewhere. But it gave rise to an interesting discussion where, you know, the planes are so big that you could actually take a drone, put it inside another plane, and then put that plane inside the Galaxy, and basically have like a military turducken, you know, just to really frighten our enemies overseas, you know.
Well, we'll have to ramp down the exaggeration a little bit here, but
yeah.
we have loaded airplanes without the wings into the inside of the C-5. It carries the Navy submarines sometimes.
Wow.
A full submarine can carry up to 6 Greyhound buses, and it's a huge airplane. It can do what no other airplane can do in the Air Force.
Wow.
Carry a lot of stuff.
Yeah. And they can carry something like 50,000 gallons of gas in the wings? Am I remembering that?
It carries up to 52,000 gallons of gas, and it's all in the wings when it goes on long missions overseas. That way, when it loads up with gas, it doesn't always have to rely on our refueling tankers.
Yeah. Okay. And so, what kind of mileage does it get? You know.
It burns a lot of gas, but it can fly a long, long way without air refueling.
Yeah.
It's because it's such a large airplane.
Yeah.
It can fly a long way without having to hook up with a tanker in midair. But a lot of times on Thursdays, you may see it fly away for a long time, and it's going up over New Hampshire and Vermont to meet up with an air refueling plane. I brought up Channel 22, Channel 3, and Channel 40, and the Republican all up on a flight with me to show them how we do that. The two planes fly about 20 feet apart.
Yeah. Sort of like dragonflies mating in midair kind of thing.
But they're close together, yes.
Even kinkier. I can't help it. I just can't help it.
That's all right, Oliver.
But I appreciate you understanding. So, and who are the pilots? Like, who flies? Who are these guys? I mean, are these guys who sort of aim to, like every dude who goes into the Air Force, it seems to me, and gal as well, they want to get in. They want to get in the fastest, meanest, coolest thing up there, right? And are these guys who sort of had a shot at that, but they couldn't see a pebble from 200 yards, and so they put them in the?
Well, some of them might have been going for fighters and the bombers and the more glamorous airplanes, but a lot of them are up there. They're Air Force Reserve pilots. They fly with United and JetBlue during the week, and on the weekends and during the week sometimes they're out there flying these great big C-5s.
Huh, that's interesting.
Air Force Reservists.
Yeah, okay. So, and I'm going to guess that there's a certain special charm that these planes have. Like, I mean, I can't imagine how they handle, but like you said, they're not these sort of sexy fighter planes, but you probably grow to sort of love them in kind of a weird, like the way you love a tortoise kind of way. You know, I mean, you develop a. I mean, you're a plane geek, right? I mean,
yes. When you came and visited the other day, I confessed to you that I am a full-on plane geek. So you could say I'm in the right profession.
Yeah.
I can't get enough of them, but the main thing is I just love to see them fly. And I saw a C-5 fly over my house when I lived near Boston. I was hooked as a child, and when I came out here to study at UMass to get my journalism degree, I hoped someday I would see C-5s here. Look what happened.
Sometimes the universe listens. You just need to...
Indeed.
Yeah, you just need to figure out exactly where to put the question. So you'll tell me who you talk to and to make that happen, because I need some of that magic in my life as well. You mentioned, I think, in a previous conversation that they're not going to be these sort of noisy neighbors in the sky for long, because they're going to turn them into hybrids now or something, or what?
Well, the Air Force plans to modernize these airplanes, and there's no other plane on the books that can do what this plane does. So the Air Force wants to fly 52 of these airplanes throughout the country till 2040. That's a long time from now, but that will happen with new engines.
How old are the planes?
Right now, they're 28 to 30 years old. 25 to 30 years old, I should say.
See, that's a good design. I mean, if something, my toaster bricks, like most of the stuff that we deal with in life, it's pretty disposable, but you got to hand it, like I will now officially hand it to the C-5. That, like, if it's stuck around that long, that's a nice design. It's doing well, right?
Well, yeah, and the condition of the airplanes is a testament to the folks that fly them and maintain them. But the Air Force wants to keep them flying around for a long time, and they want to re-engine them, and that is the plan, folks, for you that live out there in a flight path. Once we have a C-5M flying around here, you will look up at it, but you won't hear what you've been hearing from it.
Wow.
But you have to, when you believe it, you'll believe it when you hear it. That's all I can say right now. It's a little ways off. We're going to start the re-engineering process next year, and we're slated to have all 8 of our airplanes. By then, we're only going to have 8 because we're losing 8. All re-engined to C5Ms that will be much quieter airplanes.
That's pretty cool. Okay, right on. All right. Thank you so much for stopping by. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah.